Good morning, fam. This is Jesus from Oak Cliff Beer Kingdom. I had intended to record my ingredients prior to you melting them, but I kind of started already. Let me show you guys. Alright, so we have the beeswax and mango butter melting currently. Then we have the shea butter. By the way, all of this is disinfected, ready to use. I got the carrier oils already set up, and we're just gonna have to wait and see how everything turns out. Check the temperature. It's about 166. I'm gonna remove it from the heat, and y'all need to be super careful. Alright, so we remove it from the heat. Then we're going to add, it's a little hard for this, using one hand. We're gonna use the shea, we're gonna add the shea butter. Alright, we're just gonna let it melt. I typically break it down. To kind of help it, you know, melt a little bit faster. So anyways, I've been melting the butter. I'm waiting for it to melt completely. Alright. Once it's melted, then I add the carrier oils. Once that is set, then in this case I have making enough for about, I don't know, 4 butters or so. 2 of them have the same scent, so I'll basically just divide them, and I'll add the scents. But it's pretty easy, fellas. Pretty easy to make this butter. The hardest thing is just time consuming. You gotta wait for the butters to melt. Then once they melt, then you gotta add the carrier oils, which cools down the oil a little bit. So I keep it in a temperature where it's not too hot, not too cold. It's the perfect temperature for me to add the carrier oils, and then once that happens, I make sure that it's everything is mixed in pretty well. Then I add the fragrance, so you're gonna see the end product or the end result. Alright, so just bear with me. It's almost melted. I'm gonna check the temperature. It's 140 degrees. So I'm gonna let it cool down just a bit to add the carrot oils. In my head, it just makes me feel like it melts faster if I stir it. But that's just me, you know. Well, it's almost completely melted. I still have a few, you know, little specks of butter that needs to be melted. But once that's done, I'll be adding the carrot oils. Alright. So I'm adding the carrot oils. As you can see, it forms like a little cloud. That's basically because the butter that's melted is warm and the carrot oils are cold. Forms that cloud, but no biggie. You just basically stir it around. Let me check the temperature. It's 139 degrees. So at this point, I'm turning off the stove, and I'm just letting the butter and oil just kind of sit for a little bit. I already have my Pyrex container. It's actually Anchor Hocking container. I have it right here with me. It's ready. I have my containers ready. They have been disinfected. Alright. So, like I said, I'm just waiting for this to finish melting. That's a white. So now that it's fully melted, now I'm going to add the fragrance to my butter. Alright. How much? Well, if you're making your own, it's really up to you. But I have a certain amount that I feel is right, and anyways, you have to experiment and see what you prefer. If you're using fragrance that's already made, usually the website will tell you how much, what is the max amount you can use of that fragrance in either soaps, butters, oils, whatnot. So I suggest you look into that. But otherwise, I mean, if you don't really care much, I mean, it's really up to you. At the end of the day, you know your body. You know if you have any skin reactions or whatnot to fragrance. If you worn fragrance for a long time, more than likely you won't have any problems. Personally, I make mine pretty strong when I make them, but it's only because it's for me. You know what I mean? It's for me. I know, you know, if anything, if I have a skin reaction, I'm not gonna sue myself. If I did, you would have a problem. Anyways, fellas, I'm gonna show you the end result. Alright, for me it's gonna be a couple hours. For you, it might just take a quick second, right? They do contain beeswax, but the beeswax is very little. So when you put it on, it really doesn't, you know, feel heavy on the beard or nothing like that. It softens your beard, and it just helps, you know, with taming the flyaways. But anyways, fellas, that's how I make my beard butter in small quantities. Remember, I am a small batch company, so that's how we do it. Sometimes I do have, you know, bigger batches. This time it was a very small one. But anyways, fellas, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like. Also, comment down below. Give me any suggestions on subjects you would like to see here on the Oak Cliff Beard Kingdom YouTube channel. Any suggestions, comments. Remember, keep it positive. Alright, y'all enjoy the day. God bless you and take care.